The evening was supposed to go like a typical orchestral concert. Grand, orderly, and full of musical discipline. The lights of the hall dimmed gracefully. The clinking of wind instruments merged neatly in a harmony that embraced the emotions of the audience. But no one was quite ready when Eun-woo stepped onto the stage of the MND Wind Orchestra concert. Not just as the guest of honor, but as the one who brought the closing moment that turned the concert into an emotional explosion of screams, tears, and silence. His last words that night were more than just a closing act. They were talked about, replayed on social media, and remembered as one of the most moving moments in the concert's history. From the beginning of his appearance, Eun-woo's aura felt different. It's not just the eye-catching visuals or distinctive smiles that keep fans glued, but the calm that implies something he wants to convey from the heart. When the MND Wind Orchestra finished the ultimate composition with a chest-shaking crescendo, long applause flowed like waves. The audience stands up, cheers break the air, but Eun-woo raises her hand slowly, a small gesture that instantly calms the room. Those seconds became the beginning of a strange silence, a silence full of anticipation. As if everyone knew that something was going to happen, he gazed across the hall, his eyes sweeping across the faces of those present, from the front row to the highest balcony. His breath was held for a moment, then he smiled lightly, a smile that was not only friendly, but fragile. His voice came out slow, clear, and soulful. He talked about music, about how the wind orchestra taught him the meaning of cooperation, patience, and courage to listen to each other. He thanked the musicians who that evening had given more than just a performance, but a vivid experience. The audience listened in silence. Some began to feel a lump in the throat. But the mood changed when his words shifted from appreciation to reflection. He talks about travel, about fast, moving time, about how the stage, however bright, always teaches humility. He admitted that he often felt small in the presence of music, and it was precisely from there that he found strength. Sentence after sentence flows like an honest confession, unscripted, without distance. Some onlookers began shouting his name, not out of hysteria, but out of touch. Then came the moment that would later be called the last words of the night. Eun-woo pauses for a moment, looks down, then looks back with teary eyes. He said that there are times when one must dare to say goodbye, not because one wants to leave, but because one wants to return with a stronger version of oneself. The sentence hit the hall like lightning. Spontaneous screams broke out, mixed with restrained sobs. Some onlookers kept their mouths shut, as if afraid to miss a word that he continued, his voice trembling but steady. He asks the audience not to be afraid to love the process, not to be afraid of pauses, and not to be afraid of silence. If one day I have to be silent, he said, believe me, that silence is part of the music. It was that sentence that made the audience scream, which was not just a reaction, but a collective emotional release. Some cry, some hold the hand of the person next to them, others can only be silent with wet eyes. The words felt personal, as if they were addressed to each individual in the room. In a matter of seconds, the atmosphere changed from a concert to a common confessional. The music that previously filled the air is now replaced by silence full of meaning. Eun-woo smiles once more, says thank you, then bows deeply. No encore, no extra words. It is precisely the continued absence that makes the moment even stronger. The reaction of the audience did not stop in the hall. Once the concert was over, social media was filled with snippets of the video, transcripts of his words, and testimonials from spectators who claimed to still be shaking for hours afterwards. Many have called the moment one of the most emotional endings they have ever witnessed. Some interpret these words as a message of hope, others see them as a reflection of the maturity of an artist who understands that silence and pause are part of the creative journey. Outside the stage, the musicians of MND Wind Orchestra also admitted that they were moved. They referred to Eun-woo's presence that night not just as a star, but as a sincere listener. His words are considered to unite music and man in a common emotional line. Some even said that the cover gave new meaning to the repertoire they had played so many times. What makes this moment even more impactful is its simplicity. No exaggerated effects, no artificial dramatics. Just a Eun-woo, a stage, and honesty delivered in an almost broken voice. In a world of entertainment that is often boisterous by sensations, this moment shines precisely because of its silence. Now, days after the concert, those last words still resonate. The audience repeats it like a mantra, looking for the meaning behind each pause and intonation. Many claim to feel accompanied, as if Eun-woo was speaking directly to them about the courage to step up, stop, and come back. The MND Wind Orchestra concert that night was remembered not only as a musical performance, but as an emotional event that united thousands of hearts in one breath. In the end, the screams of the audience are not a sign of noise, but rather proof that words have the power to shake deeper than any sound. And Cha Eun-woo, with his last words of the night, proves that a cover can be the beginning of understanding, courage, and meaningful silence. The reverberation from that night apparently did not stop when the doors of the hall were closed and the lights were extinguished. It was precisely after the concert ended that his emotional resonance expanded, like a long echo bouncing from heart to heart. Many onlookers admitted that the ride home felt different, quiet, full of reflection, as if Cha Eun-woo's last words were still whispering in their ears. There are those who sit for a long time in the car without starting the engine. There are those who walk slowly while holding back tears. There are those who open their cell phones just to make sure that the moment is really happening, not an illusion of feeling alone. On various social media platforms, snippets of videos lasting a few seconds turn into clips watched millions of times. The line about silence as part of music is quoted over and over again, juxtaposed with a dimly lit stage photo and Eun-woo's calm but fragile expression. The comments column was filled with emotional confessions, from longtime fans to onlookers who came without any expectations. Many write that they came to enjoy orchestral music, but came home with lessons about life. Some onlookers revealed that the spontaneous shouting that broke out in the hall was not a planned reaction. It was an emotional reflex that was difficult to explain, an overflow that came about because Eun-woo's words touched the most personal point: the fear of a break, the anxiety of separation, and the hope of coming back stronger. In one short moment, the boundary between the artist and the audience disappears. All that remains is a human being with the same feelings. Music and cultural observers also began to speak. They judged that the strength of the moment lay in its context. An orchestral concert synonymous with discipline and structure, capped off by a soft but striking personal reflection. The contrast is what makes Eun-woo's message feel even sharper. He does not shout, does not force emotions, but rather gives the audience space to feel for themselves. In the world of performance, this is courage that is rarely seen. Behind the scenes, the concert crew revealed that there was no specific script for the cover. The words flowed spontaneously, born from Eun-woo's feelings while standing in front of the musicians and the audience. Some of the crew even admitted to holding back tears when they heard it from the side of the stage. They realized that they are witnessing something that will not be repeated in the same way. The MND Wind Orchestra itself released a short statement full of gratitude. They called the closing moment an emotional gift to all those present. The musicians felt valued not only for their technical abilities, but also for the soul they poured into each note. Eun-woo's words seemed to tie the entire performance into one whole story, from the first note to the last silence. Interestingly, many viewers then interpreted the meaning of the last words in different ways. Some see it as a message about the future of a career, others consider it a reflection of personal maturity, and others interpret it universally as an invitation to come to terms with a break in life. This difference in interpretation, on the contrary, enriches the meaning of the moment, proving that honest words will always find their own way in the hearts of listeners. Days passed, but the talk about the concert did not subside. Entertainment media called it one of the most emotional live moments of the year. Fans keep them as precious memories, not only because of Cha Eun-woo's presence, but because of the feeling of being heard and understood that they rarely feel at a big concert. Many hope that moments like this are not lost in time, but rather become a reminder that true art is always born of honesty.